Okay, blessings, all the glory to Kadash Jerusalem in the name of Kadash Solomon. Quick video today on the secret conceptions of America. A lot of us don't realize why America was conceived. There's an ideology out there that they were barbarians released from England, and Vikings, and prisoners released from England or Europe, and came over to America to escape the King of England or the Queen of England, and in order to worship their God, and that's true. But there's a big secret out there about, in our 712 studies, about the truth on what brought this forth. It actually goes back to the Babylonians' custom. And the irony is that, or the comparison would be that we called them Babylonians or barbarians who came over to America. And it's really originated in Babylon. Let's go to, or maybe before Babylon, but here's proof in Jeremiah chapter 44, 44 and 16. And it reads, "As for the word that thou hast spoken unto us in the name of the Lord, we will not hearken unto thee. We will not hearken unto thee." So, Jeremiah is trying to convince them to be obedient to the old covenant. And, these women realize that the old covenant is faulty, that the love of money is priority. Let's read on. Verse 17, it says, "But we will certainly do whatsoever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth, to burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven." To burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven. In this world today, if you look at the Statue of Liberty, it's supposed to be a woman. People believe it's a woman. I shouldn't say it's supposed to be a woman. People believe it's a woman, but actually it's a man. But even in this society, they worship women. And this was going on back in the Babylonian days. And it reads, it says, "And to pour out drink offerings unto her, as we have done, we and our fathers, our kings, and our princes, in the cities of Judah, in the streets of Jerusalem. For then had we plenty of victuals, and were well, and saw no evil." So the women believe that if we worship the Queen of Heaven, they'll have plenty of victuals, or they'll see no evil. And actually, this is psychological. If you worship the woman, in psychology, the girlfriend that you really like, you can't keep her. But the girlfriend that you don't like, she keeps calling you. You can't get rid of her. So the psychology is, if we worship a woman, we'll bring forth a king. If we worship a woman, we'll bring forth the Messiah. Let's go to Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 8 and 14. And it reads, "Then he brought me to the door of the gate of the Lord's house, which was toward the north. And behold, there sat women weeping for Tammuz. There sat women weeping for Tammuz. Then said he unto me, Hast thou seen this, O son of man? Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations than these." Our 712 is a high-level study. They're weeping for Tammuz. Tammuz is actually the Messiah. But he says here, "And thou shalt see greater abominations than these." If you look at that word greater, it means holy, holier abominations. Remember, Paul told us that we should embrace affliction. We should embrace the abominations, or being separated from this world. In that movie Passion of Christ, although he's a black man, when he grabbed the cross, and they said, "Look at him. He grabs the cross like he wants to. He likes the affliction." Let's read on. And it says, And he brought me into the inner court of the Lord's house, and behold, at the door of the temple of the Lord, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men, with their backs toward the temple of the Lord, and their faces toward the east. Their faces towards the east. And they worshiped the sun toward the east. They worshiped the sun towards the east. They worshiped the morning star. They worshiped, they're actually looking for Tammuz and what's in his tabernacle, the son of the Messiah. The Messiah is from the 12th realm. I'm from the 13th realm. The Messiah had the new covenant. I understand the new covenant, but I also have the money to get us out of here so that we can buy our own land and be the 207th nation in the world. And this concept was actually carried forth by America. You know, as so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians, we look down on America. But America was conceived for this very purpose, to bring forth the truth, to bring forth the son of the Messiah. Even our slave owners, slave masters, they were trying to mix our seed